Alright you guys, sorry, but in this video my pug snores in the background a lot, so I apologize. Stop. Tegan, stop snoring, dude. Paper out towards the outer. Tegan, you have to leave then. Stop. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing a haul. I went to several drugstores and got all sorts of different things. I also went to the mall and picked some stuff up at Sephora. I did end up getting this stuff over like the past month or so, and so some of it is still brand new and I haven't tried yet, and then some of it I have already tested out and tried and have some opinions. So if I have tested it out, I'll kind of let you know what I think about them so far. If you'd like to see my haul, then just keep watching. Alright, the first place that I went was Target, and at Target I got some things from e.l.f. The first two are lip products. This is the e.l.f. lipstick remover, which I thought would be really great in my kit, because sometimes when my clients try on a liquid lipstick and they don't really like it, it's kind of difficult to remove it to put on a different liquid lipstick. So I just recently got this. I actually haven't tried it out yet, so I will be eager to see if it works really easily when switching lip colors. And then the other lip product I got was this e.l.f. Lip Exfoliator. I have gotten a different one of these in the past, but this one is mint, and so I just wanted to pick that up. This one is for myself. I often get really dry, chapped lips. It's just something that I've always dealt with. I always put on a lot of vitamin E oil and chapstick at night to moisturize my skin, but despite all of me trying to moisturize my lips, they're always kind of like dry and need to be exfoliated. So I picked up another one of these, and so far I'm really liking it. I only think that this was a few dollars, and basically it's just a like oil, and then it's kind of mint flavored, and it has like little granules so you can kind of feel it exfoliating your lips. It doesn't work like extremely well. I wish it almost was a little bit stronger, but I like that it's in the lipstick form as opposed to the little jar, because that always like makes a mess and I don't like sticking like my dirty finger in it or something like that. So I kind of like that it does come in the tube form. And then the other thing that I got from e.l.f. was this beauty sponge, which I am really loving. I think that this was about $5 to $6, and I was somewhat skeptical because I feel like a lot of the beauty sponges are not very good. The only one that I like other than the Beauty Blender is the orange one from Real Techniques. All the other ones I have tried are really hard and just garbage. And so I was kind of skeptical about this one, but I actually really like it. It gets extremely soft and much larger in size, probably double the size. The thing I like most about it is this flat bottom. It's really easy to pounce all over the face, so I like that it's nice and round. The only thing I don't love about it is I wish that this tip was just slightly more angled, because it is kind of difficult to get this around the nostril and under the eye. If it was just a little bit more angled or had like maybe a really like strong point, it would be easier to do that, or even to like bake the sides of the cheeks with your powder. But I liked it so much that next time that I was at Target that I picked up a second one. So I have two of them now, and I do recommend them. I think that it's great. The next place that I went was Walmart, and I did end up picking up this hard candy Glamouflage mix-in drops in the color Radiant. It's kind of like a light white pinkish kind of color, and it was in this really hard casing, so I couldn't see what like the consistency inside was when I bought it, but I think it was around $5 to $8-ish. And I do like several of the other items from hard candy that I have purchased at Walmart, and so I was willing to kind of try it out, and was looking for a liquid highlighter for the cheekbones, and also something that I can mix into foundations to make them more radiant. But when I opened this for the first time, I liked that it had this little like dropper nodule. I think it was a good idea, although I noticed immediately that it doesn't soak up any product. Like I squished the little dropper and nothing comes up into the little tube. And when you take it out, the product has completely separated. I don't know if this is old, but I thought that this was kind of like a newer product because I'd never seen it before. So I thought that like these haven't been out very long. I could be wrong. But it just looks like really, really half water, half like really thick cream. So, you know, I thought, hey, maybe it just really needs to be mixed up well and you can't really push it from there. So I tried shaking it a lot. I shook this thing for like 2 solid minutes and the consistency just never turned out right. I would absolutely not recommend this at all, and I was super bummed about how crappy it turned out. I even tried taking some out on a palette and trying to like mix it together in with my foundation. It was just a mess. So this was a no-go. The next place that I went was Walgreens. I picked up 2 different pair of faux mink lashes. I noticed that these are becoming very popular these days amongst the different brands, which I am really liking because they have a very mink lash style, but much more of a drugstore price, which is awesome. And some of those mink lashes are like $30. They say that you can get up to 30 wears out of them, but I noticed with the ones that I have tried that is not true because the band ends up breaking apart. And so even though the mink lash itself is still in good condition, the band starts falling apart and then they're just, I wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, so these are the 2 that I picked up. First we'll talk about this one. These are from Kiss Lashes. And they are the Faux Mink collection, and this is in the style Noir. I actually have tried these before, and I super like them. They look kind of like they have a thicker band, but they were extremely comfortable to wear and very, very light. Like they didn't feel heavy on my eye at all, despite being like pretty thick. And I definitely would recommend these. And then the other pair that I got were these Ardell Faux Mink lashes, and this is in the style 811. And they say they have an invisible band. I haven't tried these out yet. These are brand new to me. I really like how they taper out to the outer corner, and they also are kind of like lighter on the inside and then get thicker to the outer corner. I'm interested to see how these feel and last compared to the Kiss ones, but I do like them, and so I'll be trying those out soon. I also recently saw somewhere on YouTube, I think it was Kathleen Light's video. She mentioned something about the Jessies Girl liquid eyeliner in the color black, and that it was pretty similar to the Kat Von D liquid liner, which I actually haven't tried, but I know that so many people absolutely love the Kat Von D liquid liner, and so I thought if it was a drugstore dupe, it was worth a try. So I purchased this. It comes with this really sharp tip, and it's not a felt tip. I believe that it's just really small bristles. If anyone has tried the Lorac pen liquid liner, that's what it kind of reminds me of. I am very, very picky about liquid liner. I just feel like they kind of dry up really quickly, or a lot of times I don't love the felt tip because they get all like messy and it just doesn't work for me. But so far I have been absolutely loving this liquid liner. It probably has become my very favorite liquid liner from the drugstore so far because I don't have one that I recommend to friends or people who ask me. So this one, so far, so good. And the other thing I got from Walgreens are all of these. These are the new Wet n Wild foundations and a few powders. I got 3 different colors here. Soft Ivory, which is really, really light, and that's like my color when I have no tan on. Soft Beige, and then I got Golden Beige. So I kind of have one for light skin tones, medium skin tones, and dark skin tones. When I'm really tan with my fake tanner, I use the one in the middle, and then this one is just a slightly too dark for me. I can kind of mix those two if I really want to be really, really dark, but those are the 3 I've got. I am absolutely loving this foundation. I think that it was $4.99 or $5.99 each, which this has become one of my very favorite drugstore foundations. It's probably between this one and the Milani 2-in-1. I love both of them. Isn't matte. I would say it's almost like a little satin. And it's about medium coverage, but definitely buildable. I have just been really liking it. And one of the things I actually really love about this foundation too is it has a little spatula on the end, so it's easy to like dispense. I would prefer a pump, but if I don't have a pump, I'd rather have a little spatula than to just like pour it out. The reason that I got these two little guys is because I didn't have darker powders in my kit. I had some Rimmel Stay Matte powders that were like kind of on the lighter to medium end of the spectrum, but I didn't have ones that were a deeper tone. These are also amazing. It makes me want to get the lighter colors as well. This one right here is Golden Tan, and then this one over here is Cocoa. So I actually have tried to use both of these two as a bronzer and contour shade. This one is really nice for a light skin tone like myself to use as a really light bronzer. It's not too dark, and it almost reminds me of the Hoola bronzer in the color Light. It's very similar. And then this one I have used for contouring, and so it works really well for that as well. It's kind of like a not too ashy but also not too warm. I like the tone of the color of this one for contouring. So far I did really like them, and it makes me want to get the lighter colors. The next place I went was to the mall, and so obviously I stopped by Sephora. I picked up these. These are the Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops, and I got the color Morning Light. This is kind of a replacement for these. Since this sucked so bad, I wanted to try again to get a different product, and I got this one. This one isn't nearly as pink as the hard candy one. It's kind of like a more light gold. But I really like this so far. I just put a little on my hand there. So this one's much more of like a warm beigey kind of color. I don't know if you guys can see that. But so far I have mixed this in with foundation, which was really nice and made it a little more luminizing. And I have also put some on the back of my hand and dipped my beauty blender into it and then applied it on top of my cheekbones. But yeah, so far I like it. And then the other thing I got at Sephora, I was good, I only bought two things. Cream lip stain, and this is in the color, it only has a number, it doesn't have an actual color name. It's kind of boring. Apparently this is in the color 33. It doesn't have an actual name. This is just such a pretty nude. I didn't really feel like I had one similar to this, and I thought it would just suit a lot of my fair skin tone girls. And this actually looks really good on my light skin tone. I really like it. It might be one of my favorite liquid lipsticks now. The next place in the mall that I went was Daiso, which is like an Asian dollar store. I think that they're more like $1.29-ish, but it has kind of like all of the dollar store stuff, just Asian style, which is super fun and cute. I find a lot of really good like containers or just like disposable things for my kit, and then also just like fun random stuff for around the house that I like. But what I got there was a bunch of sheet masks. So I got these two, which are from the brand Santee. I got cucumber and green tea. The whole back is in like Chinese, so I don't know what all this says. Other than the ingredients, it has a few ingredients on there. I also got these ones, which I obviously can't read, but right here it says like hyaluronate, so I'm guessing that that's kind of like hydrate. This comes with 7 sheets in a pack. So you reopen and close it. I haven't tried any of these sheet masks before. I've only tried the Tony Moly ones, which I love and get off Amazon, that also equal out to be about $1 each if you buy them on Amazon. If you buy them in Sephora or Ulta, they're way more expensive, so just order them online. But I love those, so I am excited to try these ones out and see if they're just as good. So yeah, that's what I got from Daiso. And then the last places that I went were Saloncentric and Cosmoprof. Both of those stores are for licensed professionals only, because I think that they sell most of their stuff like at pretty close to wholesale prices. The first place I went was Saloncentric, and I picked up this Redken Wax Blast, which is a finishing spray wax. I'm gonna use this for a lot of my updo clients, just to give a lot of texture through the bottom of the hair and kind of like piece out those curls. So I'll show you kind of how I like to use this. You just kind of spray this towards the end, and you can use this on very fine hair that has not much volume. I just got some in my mouth. Hopefully I'm not spraying my dog in the face. It just kind of like pieces it out and gives that kind of like textured look to your hair. So I really, really like this. It is new to me, so I'm just gonna kind of play with it and see how to work it. The smell isn't amazing, but it's also not bad. If you get it in your mouth, it doesn't taste good. The next place I went was Cosmoprof. So at Cosmoprof, they carry the Balm Cosmetics, which I have mixed feelings about. Some of their products are decent. Some of their products I don't really like. But I did pick up this foundation. This is a cream foundation, and I got the color medium, which looks like this. I picked this up for when I have been using my fake tan and I needed kind of a darker foundation. I also kind of picked this up because I'm thinking about putting some cream foundations in my kit. I'm not sure if I want to use something like this or something like the HD stick from Makeup Forever, which are gorgeous, but they're also very, very, very expensive. I've only tried this once. It was okay. It did feel hydrating to my skin, although on my forehead I looked super, super shiny. So maybe I just need to powder more. I'm gonna have to experiment with this a little longer and see how I like it. But so far it was all right. And the other product I got was this Joico hair shaker. I have heard a ton of things about this. It's a very interesting product. So it comes in a spray form and it has a little ball in there. And so this stuff is really interesting. It's liquid to powder finishing texturizer. So this again gives you a ton of volume and texture, and you can use this on a hairstyle afterwards and it won't weigh it down. It's not wet, it dries to powder, so it dries like nice and volumized. Like, put some at my roots. It feels wet right now, but when you kind of squish it around, it really texturizes the hair and gives it volume. Just really gonna give you like that big puffy volume and texture that you're looking for. I also like to spray it towards the ends too and just really like piece it out, fluff it up. So this is also a new product to me and I'm gonna be testing it out and see how I like it on myself and on my clients. I actually bought 2 of them. So I'm gonna keep one at home and keep one in my kit. I don't know, so far I'm liking it and I find it really interesting and unique. I actually want to try this in my husband's hair because I saw a tutorial on YouTube with a guy with shorter hair and then it was like super like big and voluminous. So I'll let you guys know how I like it. Alright you guys, that is it for this haul video. I hope you guys learned something or found a new product that you like, or if you have any opinions on the products that I've tried, I'd love it if you would put a comment in the comment bar below because I like to get conversations starting and I also want to get to know my followers. That is about it, and I will see you guys very shortly in my next video. Bye!